Hello there, everyone. This should be video 2 of the Google Sheets graphing informational videos for your weather data collection analysis. So if you've not watched video 1, you might want to go back and do that. I'm just going to move a little bit faster in this video because a lot of those basics has already been covered in the last video. So for this video, what we're going to learn how to do is how to do 2 lines at once on a graph. So for instance, for this particular assignment, you are asked to make a graph that has both high temperatures and dew point. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight that data. That way it graphs the data we want it to graph. So again, I'm going to select my date and my high temperatures. I can do this by clicking and dragging over those boxes. But if I just select this data, it doesn't include my dew point. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down my control button if I'm working on a PC or command button if I'm working on a Mac. And as I hold those down, I'm going to be able to select this extra row. Now, just like that, I have all the data that I want. I have my date because that's how I'm going to look at my data, is what the high is on a particular date. Same thing for dew point. And now I have all of the data, including the titles. So I'm going to click on the Insert Chart button. So from here, if you're one of those people out there who does not have a control button or a command button and you're not able to highlight information, what you're going to do is you're going to go to, again, to this data range, select data range button, and you'll select your data in here. So you'll just type in the same way that you did in the last video, but you're going to add the ranges that you need, and you can add as many as you need. So do what you need to do in that location. Once we're here, we don't need this main page anymore. We're going to go over to customize. So our chart style, we're actually going to keep it this way. I do want a 2-line chart, which you can see we already have. Next thing I'll do is go to my chart and axis titles. Now we learned how to do this in our last video. So I'm just going to change my chart title again to the city name and location. That way people know where the data is from. And I have Tower, Minnesota, high temps, and dew points. Again, that way anybody who's looking at this information is going to be able to identify what we're looking at here. So again, I just bolded it, I italicized it, I changed the text color. That's a personal preference. Is that something you have to do always? Absolutely not. What we're going to do now is we are going to actually add a vertical axis title. The reason why we're going to add our vertical axis titles is because you can see it's no longer inserted there for us. As soon as you select more than one data, it's going to make you make that on your own. So I'm going to click on this vertical axis title, and my vertical axis is going to be temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Now that's shorthand for degrees. All I did on my computer was I held down Alt and then I hit 0 and it made that degree symbol for me. It's just a nice little shortcut anytime you need it. And you can see here that it's temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. This works for both my dew point and my high temperature, so I only need one axis title. Again, I like it bold and italicized. That's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to go and click on my horizontal axis title because I like the date. This is kind of nitpicky, but you don't need that colon. So I'm just going to backspace that out of there. Bold, italicized, nice and consistent, and I have all my information where it needs to go. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my series. So this is applied to all series. I can change what all of the series look like. If I want to have those giant data points where there's dots everywhere, I can do that to all of it at once. Now again, I'm not going to do that, and that's a personal preference. But if you want to change each individual data set, what you can do is click on that, apply to all series, and say I click on high. I don't like it being blue because blue to me typically means cold. I know that's not always the case, pump the brakes, but in this case, I do want that to be red. Once I've changed my high color, I have to change my dew point because my dew point and high color can't be the same. That's really confusing. So I'm going to change my dew point to green because I like dew point being represented by green. Now, if you look at here, it already changed the legend for me. It changed the color of those 2 data sets, so I don't even have to change anything there. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm done with my series. So my legend is good to go. It looks exactly the way I want it to look. It tells me what the high is, tells me what the dew point is. So I'm going to look at my horizontal axis. Remember, horizontal is your x-axis. I don't need to change a lot here, but again, just like the last graph, I do want to change this x-axis so it has all of the dates. So I'm going to treat the labels as text. And I like doing that. That way I can really see, okay, this low point here is 430. It just makes it a lot easier for me. And that's all I'm really gonna do during my horizontal axis. I don't bold and italicize this just because I want my title to really stand out. So after that, I go to my vertical. It should have everything I already need. This is the location though, where you would change your minimum and maximum value if you needed to do that. We don't need to do that in this particular graph. We will show that in another video though. So that's it for vertical axis, and grid lines, we don't do anything with that. So just like that, we have our beautiful high temperatures and dew point graph. If you want to copy and paste it, you can just click off of it, click back on, hit Command copy or Control copy, go to your weather data where it says you need 2 line graphs, and boom, right here, I can paste it in. I want to paste it unlinked, and I have my beautiful graph ready to be interpreted for my assignment. Wow, gosh, that's great. Data is so wonderful. Thank you for your time, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a wonderful day.